In this video, we are still working with the topic preparation of alcohols. That is the continuity for the last video. And we have taken many sources for the preparation of alcohols. And now we are taking the source, that is the carbonyl compounds, as the source or the basic reactant to prepare our alcohol. The carbonyl compounds, they may be an aldehyde or they may be ketone or they may be carboxylic acids or they may be many esters or COO or dash. We can use any of these carbonyl compounds, because in all these carbonyl compounds the double bond that is present between carbon and oxygen is going to be reduced. What is meant by the word reduced? Here the word reduced means we are going to add one hydrogen atom onto the oxygen side and another hydrogen atom to the carbon side. Means the reactant, our reactant need to be reduced when we are getting the alcohol. So in order to be reduced, we need to use some reducing reagents. We need to use some reducing reagents. So let us see some of the reducing reagents that we are going to use in this session. One of the reducing agent is the hydrogen gas in presence of the catalyst like nickel, platinum or palladium. The first reducing agent that we are going to use is the hydrogen gas. It is going to be used in the presence of the catalyst nickel or platinum or palladium. They are going to provide the surface area. The next reducing agent that we are going to learn about is NaBH4. The name is sodium borohydride. And the next one is lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride. So these are going to be our reducing agents. Now, among all these reducing agents to prepare the products alcohols, we highly prefer the sodium borohydride, or the highest is lithium aluminum hydride. Let us see how their structures are and how to use them, which is highly preferred and why. When we see the structure of sodium borohydride, generally boron can form only 3 bonds. But in this case, the boron is bonded to 4 other hydrogen atoms. Means boron had gained 1 electron pair from one of the hydrogen. So this is achieving a negative charge. The boron is achieving a negative charge. Now, sodium is going to be the counter cation for this negative ion. So the sodium borohydride exists in this form. Now let us see the lithium aluminum hydride. Lithium aluminum hydride appears the same. Basically, around aluminum there will be 3 bonds, but in this case we got 4 bonds. Means aluminum also gained 1 electron pair from the electrons of hydrogen. So it is bearing a negative charge, in this case extra negative charge. To neutralize this negative charge, we have the lithium as the positive charge. Now let us see which is the best reducing agent among these two. Is it sodium borohydride or lithium aluminum hydride? Why is it given the word best reducing agent? We will discuss. Let us study the electronegativities of the elements here. The central element is boron. Its electronegativity is only 2.0. Boron electronegativity is only 2.0. Hydrogen electronegativity is 2.2. Comparing the next compound, lithium aluminum hydride. In this case, the aluminum electronegativity is only 1.6 and the hydrogen electronegativity is as usually 2.2. The main point is, whatever we find the highly electronegative element, that will withdraw the bonded electrons towards it from the least electronegative element. So let us come here. Boron electronegativity is 2.0, whereas aluminum electronegativity is only 1.6. Means aluminum is the least electronegative than boron. So in this case, the hydrogen can readily withdraw the electrons from the hydrogen. Means it is going to take out its bond electrons from the aluminum and it is ready to move out with the shared pair of electrons in the form of H minus. That is, we are going to call it as the hydride. Once again, we are getting the point. When we compare the electronegativities, aluminum is having the least than boron. So the highly electronegative element is going to take out the bond electron pairs towards it from the least electronegative element in the form of negative charge, that's called as the hydride. These negatively charged hydrogen, that is hydride, this is going to act like a nucleophile to be added to the carbonyl compound. Let us see how it be added to the carbonyl compound. So let us compare now which will be the best reducing agent. The one which is having the central atom, the least electronegativity, that will be the best reducing agent among these two hydrides. So we are going to prefer the lithium aluminum hydride as our best reducing agent. As our best reducing agent. And which groups does this group of reducing agents are ready to reduce? Let us continue here. So let us come back here. Our sodium borohydride and lithium aluminum hydride. Once we see the groups to be reduced, sodium borohydride can reduce aldehydes into primary alcohols. It is going to reduce aldehydes into primary alcohols. Means the R-C double bonded OH group is going to be reduced into RCH2OH group. The carbon will be the same, but the double bond is going to be broken down and one hydrogen will be added to the carbon and the hydrogen will be added to the oxygen, giving and the OH is remaining. The OH attached carbon will be directly bonded to only one other carbon. Hence it is called as the primary alcohol. Whereas the ketones, the groups like R, C double bonded O, R dash, they are going to be reduced to secondary alcohols. They are going to be reduced to secondary alcohols. Means the OH attached carbon is again in turn attached to other alkyl groups. So they are called as secondary alcohols. These are only the two functions that the sodium borohydride can do. But what groups can lithium aluminum hydride can reduce? Lithium aluminum hydride can reduce RCHO, that is aldehydes, into primary alcohols and also RC double bonded ORH, that is ketones into secondary alcohols along with this it can reduce RCOOH, carboxylic acids into primary alcohols. Carboxylic acids are also reduced into primary alcohols. And also the esters, RCOOR dash, esters were also reduced to alcohols. Esters are also reduced to alcohols. Then the nitrites, RC triple bond N. The nitrites, they are reduced to RCH2 NH2 amines. We can call they are reduced to amines, including the amines. The amines are also reduced into the amines. So these are the main functions of lithium aluminum hydride, as this is the strong reducing agent. This is the strong reducing agent that it can easily lose the H minus ion. So let us see what are the solvents that can dissolve these reducing agents. Generally, whenever any reducing reagent has reacted to the carbonyl compound, that will form an alkoxide ion. Those alkoxide salts are generally insoluble. To be hydrolyzed, they will be soluble in any medium. So, those some of the solvents we will be using for the sodium borohydride. Generally, we use the alcohol as the solvent. We can use the ethanol or methanol also as the solvent. Whereas for lithium aluminum hydride, we are going to use the solvent either and also THF, tetrahydrofuran. So these are the solvents that we use generally. The lithium aluminum hydride and sodium borohydride, whenever they are being used in the reactions, generally we use highly methanol, and here we will be using simple water to protonate the alkoxide ion. to protonate the alkoxide ion. So let us take some examples, general examples, how to use these reducing agents. Whenever we have an aldehyde, we can use either sodium borohydride or we can use lithium aluminum hydride, because lithium aluminum hydride is a strong reducing agent, means it can reduce both the aldehydes, ketones and also carboxylic acids. So, but at this point I am using the lithium aluminum hydride rather than sodium borohydride to go through the mechanism. Whenever we use any reagent in the objective, generally they will be giving some medium in which they are being dissolved. The medium that we had already discussed, whenever we use lithium aluminum hydride, we are going to use water, because the alkoxide ions that are generated, they are insoluble. In order to hydrate them, we are going to use the water. We will be getting them in the mechanism. So basically the product that we know is RCH2OH. But let us see how does this will work. Mechanism means the step-by-step process. Initially, our lithium aluminum hydride, once we study, this is the origination of lithium aluminum hydride. That is how it is present. Now, we already came to know the electronegative difference of hydrogen and aluminum are high. Hydrogen being the highly electronegative element that will withdraw the bonded pair of electrons towards it, and that is going to come out as hydride ion. Hydride ion. And the remaining part will be like AlH3, aluminum trihydride. And now this hydride that is generated, that is going to react with our carbonyl group. This carbonyl group, when we observe the electronegativities of carbon and hydrogen, oxygen is highly electronegative than carbon. It is withdrawing electrons towards to it, hence it is developing a partial positive charge on carbon and partial negative charge on the oxygen due to the highly electronegative difference of carbon and hydroxygen. Now, our hydride is going to act like a nucleophile, and it is going to donate the electron pair towards the partially positively charged carbon. In return, it is migrating the double bond onto the oxygen, giving a negative charge on the oxygen. Now we have the hydrogen and another hydrogen. The point we call this one as the alkoxide ion. These are generally insoluble salts. These are generally insoluble salts. Here, in all these steps, we had already observed lithium aluminum hydride, there is a counter ion Li+. These Li+ will be using and balancing at last, because now the second reagent that we had used water. This water is going to be arranging its hydrogens in this method for our easy orientation. The protonation of alkoxide ion takes place. Protonation means it is going to be gaining one H+ ion from the water to make these insoluble salts to be hydrolyzed. To make the insoluble salts to be hydrolyzed, we are going to protonate the alcohol with water. So the final will be RCOH, H and hydrogen. In the water we have OH and starting we have lithium. Those both will form lithium hydroxide. We don't want it's just a byproduct. We just want our main product RCHHOH. We can also write this one as RCH2OH. RCH2OH. So let us recall once again. Aldehyde, when reacted with the so-called lithium aluminum hydride, the hydride is generated, which is generated is going to be donating its lone pairs to the negative charge to the electrons to the carbonyl compound, migrating the double bond to the oxygen, and it is an alkoxide ion, generally insoluble salt. In order to make it hydrolyzed or to be hydrated salt, we are going to add water. From this, we are going to be protonating this alcohol oxide into alcohol. The same mechanism we will apply with the sodium borohydride also, but the only change is we will be using methanol in the place of water at last step. Let us compare the same point in the case of objective. How do they will ask in the NEET examination about this point? Up to the point like RC double bonded OH in the presence of lithium aluminum hydride, at times we come across with D2O. D2O is called as the heavy water. In this case, in the place of hydrogens, we got deuteriums. They will be acting like the hydrogen only. So in this case, the main thing the NEET or the JEE mains, they will be just changing in the place of water, the solvent, they will be adding D2O. So how it goes on is the mechanism is the same. That is, the hydride ion will be generated from the lithium aluminum hydride that will be added to the carbonyl group, and an alkoxide ion will be generated. But in the place of hydrogens that we are having now deuterium. So the electrons will be given to the deuterium, which is nothing but the hydrogen only. We are going to get an deuterium oxide compound. Very important point for objective children. In the objective case, D2O in the place of H2O. Let us take the examples from this entire mechanisms. So let us see how it goes in the case of sodium borohydride. We had already got it works on the same like lithium aluminum hydride. The sodium borohydride in the initial stage, where we have negative charge on the boron, when it is reacted with the carbonyl group, it is going to generate one hydride ion. This hydride ion is going to be added for the carbonyl group due to the partial positive charge and partial negative charge, and migration of pi bond takes place. O minus, here one hydrogen is there already and one new hydrogen was added. The only difference is we got methanol in the place of water. So this methanol, once we study, in this case there will be electronegative difference between oxygen and hydrogen. Oxygen is going to withdraw the electrons of hydrogen. Hydrogen is developing partial positive charge. So this oxide ion, alkoxide ion, is really losing its electrons towards hydrogen in order to form the hydrated salts, hydrolyzed salts. In order to form the hydrolyzed salts, that is, it is going to form RCOH hydrogen and the hydrogen. The CH3O will be combining with the sodium to form CH3O and A as a byproduct. So this is the only difference, children. Is the lithium aluminum hydride in water and methanol is in the presence of sodium borohydride. So they used water, here we are using only the methanol. Let us see more examples that you can also work together. Let us take the examples. Number 1. We got a compound where there are some carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. I started here from 1 because that is the functional group aldehyde. It is going to be highly preferred and it is going to be the least number. So the 4 carbon chain with an aldehyde group we can call it as butanol. So whenever an aldehyde is given and a sodium borohydride is given with the solvent methanol, what product we can expect? We are going to convert blindly aldehydes into primary alcohols. Mechanism is just only to understand, children, but in many exams we can write the product simply. CH3, CH2, CH2. Here we got a carbon. Already we had explained one hydrogen will be added for the carbon, another hydrogen will be added to the oxygen from the methanol. So here we are getting 2 hydrogens, including the hydrogen on this side and an OH group. So butanol is converted to butanol. Butanol is converted to butanol using the sodium borohydride in the presence of methanol as the solvent. Now let us take the next example. 4 carbon chain here I had given. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the 4 carbons and a ketonic group nearest to the numbering 2. So we call this one as the butanol. But ketonic group we must mention that is present on the second group. So we had mentioned butane 2O. Lithium aluminum hydride can reduce aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, whatever it is. But I just used the solvent water. So here the carbonyl compound, that is the ketonic group, will be reduced only to secondary alcohol like CH3, CH2, CH, CH3 and OH. So shall we give numbering for this one? So shall we call butane 2O. This is an secondary alcohol. This is an secondary alcohol. Good. Let us take our third example. Here, whenever we see if hydrogen is not there, this will be the methyl group only. CH3, C double bonded O with a benzene ring. CH3, C double bonded O with a benzene ring. It is what we call acetophenone. Acetophenone. This acetophenone is a ketonic functional group. We are using lithium aluminum hydride, the strongest reducing agent. There will be hydrogen hydride ion and it will be added to the carbonyl carbon, which will migrate the pi bond onto the oxygen forming the alkoxide ion. But here we don't have H2O, we have D2O. So what product we can expect? The expected product is COD, CH3 and H. This is what the expected product, because we had changed D2O in the place of water. So when you are working with objective, especially these type of questions will be given. I have given an open form the product just to clearly understand. You can try many of the examples. Let us see the next application. Generally, what is the drawback of this lithium aluminum hydride? The first point is it is highly expensive. So it is used for only few reactions. So generally whenever we have any carboxylic acids, we don't apply the expensive lithium aluminum hydride. First of all, these carboxylic acids will be reacted with any alcohol to form esters. These esters will be hydrolyzed to form alcohols. Or we can speak, these are reduced in the presence of the catalyst, any nickel, platinum or palladium with hydrogen to give alcohols, a higher number alcohol and a lower number alcohol. So lithium aluminum hydride being expensive, first of all carboxylic acids are converted into esters which will be reduced to give alcohols. So this is not a direct step, it is a sub-step involved.